Hey folks, welcome back to my channel, and I'm here to tell you that you should start investing like as soon as possible. Um, but if only you can at least afford it, or at least put some money down, like 5 month, $5 a month, or uh, you know, $10 a month, whatever that may be, you can start investing today. So it is really important for us to at least understand which institution, which finance institutions that we want to start with. But to be honest with you, do your own research. I'm going to show you multiple examples, obviously, but I am using M1 Finance today, so I'm going to be using that today. But it's really simple. Most of organizations today, like Fidelity, Morgan Stanley, for example, M1 Finance, you could say Robinhood. I mean, all of those is going to be fine. You just need to start registering. You just have to register for it, number one. And again, make sure that you are making this as simple as possible. So once you register, it's going to ask you obviously for your personal details and everything. So again, if privacy is something that you're looking at, please make sure you do your own research for this. And once you register, they're going to ask you for your bank account or some sort of a way to contribute to your portfolio. Now, depending on your organization or the actual um, institution that you're going to be working with, you're going to need to make sure that you can contribute to this at least monthly. If you can do it weekly, you can do it bi-weekly. Again, there's certain types of ways you can automate that. So you can do a scheduled contribution, $50 here and there, $25 here and there. But also you can also put in as much money as you want. So if you want to just put in 10,000 of your own money, transfer that to that portfolio, and then start buying and investing whatever that you want to do. So okay, so as you can see here, this is my peace and love portfolio. Again, very much an aggressive portfolio. But what I'm going to tell you is that it's how simple it is to kind of bring that money in or contribute to your portfolio. There is a button at the top there, but again, depending on your institution or whatever the website that you're working with, you can kind of say, hey, I want to do a wire transfer, smart transfer, reoccurring transfer, or even you can do a direct deposit or just a one-time transfer. Now, again, I'm not going to show you all the details, obviously, but you can pick and choose what you want. And at the top here is your cash, your margin, which I never really do anything about. And then on the right side is your buying power. That means that how much can you actually leverage your account to buy more, obviously. But then again, I'm using margins for that, which it's up to you if you want to use margins. I don't use margins at all because I am scared of owning money or going into debt. So as you can see here, I do have $160 in cash that I've recently put in. Okay, so as you can see, on the bottom of the page, there is my automation. And again, this is why I chose M1 Finance. It's just because it was an easier institution for me to work with. Again, automation, I can turn that on or off. And then for the dividend side, again, as you can see here, you're able to kind of put where your dividends are going to be added on. So this could be cash, this could be through like reinvestment, whatever that may be. Now, I am not reinvesting, or I'm just putting my money into the cash reserve. So again, at this point, I have 160 that I'm going to do, and I'm going to choose which one, where I'm going to put that money. Now, it depends on the institution, obviously, but for M1 Finance, they really made it a lot easier. And then on the bottom side here, this is where you can actually like buy whatever the shares that you want. So for example, if I were to look at year to date today, the year to date for Netflix and Duolingo is pretty much negative. And when you look into Rivian as well, that is also negative. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to buy more Netflix today. So with that $160 that I have, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the buy option, and I can then choose how much cash I would like to buy or buy for um, Netflix. So for this one today, I'm just going to do $50 for Netflix so that I can just average out all time too. And then after that, again, it's been placed in order. I'm just going to wait until it's been executed. And again, I don't have to do anything. This is M1 Finance doing all that works. So it's the same thing with other types of institution, like Fidelity, for example. When you buy something, it has to wait for that to actually fulfill. So again, the market is always about buying and selling. So if I'm going to buy something, I'm going to up at a specific order. I would have to wait until that order is filled, right? So in that case, for now, M1 Finance is doing all of that for me. Once you that uh, buy that share or whatever the number share it is, once it's done, it just gets added into my portfolio. So at the very bottom here, I don't know if you can see that, but there is the number of shares that I have, and then the average price, obviously, and what is the cost of that. And there is a maintenance requirement here. So in order for you to borrow, you would have to have 25% of that equity. So to be honest with you, again, I'm not doing any borrowing, I'm not doing any margin, so you don't have to really worry about that if you don't want to. But if you do, hey, go right ahead, you know, do your own research, obviously, to do that. But that's basically it. You go to that specific stock. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do one right here for now. I'm going to buy more Amazon because I am very much bullish for Amazon at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and just buy another one, another $50 worth of Amazon, confirm buy, and that's it. So it's going to execute the order during the afternoon trade window. The total amount, like Oxy, for example, has been through the roof, obviously, because of the Strait of Hormuz. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to show you how I can take advantage of that, right? So right now, my average price is at $42, and the actual asking price for the market is 51. So if I were to say, okay, I want to sell. So as you can see here, back in March, I did sell I believe 1,000, yeah, like a bit like $500 or something like that. I sold from the top. So March, I sold it down, and then I put that money in, or I contributed the money to something like Duolingo, for example, or buying Brookfield corporations, whatever that you want here, really. It just automatically adds it into your cash. I will just show you the activities. So again, every single month or I think every single week, I do just contribute to this portfolio. Now it is about $100 here and there. So as you can see, July 1st, $100, July 8th, $100. So every single week, I contribute about $100 worth in this portfolio. Now, I don't want you to feel like you need to be at this level. Like don't do that, okay? Please don't do that. Look at what you can contribute today and then just focus on that. The more that you earn throughout your life, you're going to also increase your deposits or your contribution to that portfolio. That's all I have to say, because most of the time people do have their very own priorities in life, and I don't really want to go into that. That's personal, obviously. So do what you can to continuously contribute to your portfolio. Most of the time, this is really helpful for me to kind of understand like my historical bias. So for example, let's go to the range of from April all the way to now. So as you can see, there's a bunch of buys that I have here, but as you can see here, there is a buy for NVIDIA. So June, I literally just bought NVIDIA in June. As you can see here, you can see the actual share price of that value. So of the value of $100, and the share price was 196, and I have the quantity of a share there. So again, you can do fractional shares. So as you can see, this is my holding chat, my holdings side, and it kind of tells you like the unrealized gain, obviously. So right now it's at 6,000. And again, I'm contributing more and more and more. So again, as long as I keep contributing to this portfolio, it's just going to grow. But at the same time, you have to understand that if you're continuously buying really terrible companies, um, your portfolio is not going to perform. So what I'm going to tell you here is that please do your own research, so that you can kind of gain insights to what these specific companies are doing. Or if you really don't care about the research and you just want to, buy something, um, like as an ETF, for example, there's a lot of ETFs out there. Or you can just buy the whole, S&P 500 or VOO or CHD, that's the Schwab dividend, or they have the technology ones too. So again, depending on the situation that you are currently in, the age and everything else, please, I do want you to at least put some money down to savings, but a lot of people would actually put that into a portfolio. Now, again, if you just want to save it, put in a bank that earns you 3 to 4% interest, that's fine with you. That's great. You do that. Some institutions will actually ask you to say, hey, do you want to open a savings account with us so that you can put this extra money into savings? Well, it just sits there, right? It's going to, again, give you or grow that money. Um, but again, it's up to you and how you want to deal with your money. That's for you to do. And again, you can do whatever you want here. Fidelity, Schwab, whatever you want to call it. Sign up, contribute the money, and start researching on companies that you want to put your money in. And again, you need to start looking into companies that actually will grow your portfolio, not just getting monthly paychecks from dividends. That's great, but you also have to think about like how can I grow this to whatever the goal it is. So again, right now my goal for this portfolio, for Peace and Love, is to hit 3K or 30,000 by the end of this year. Now, do you think I'm gonna get that? Who knows? But folks, thank you so much for your time today. This is again how I buy and sell stocks through M1 Finance and or any sort of financial institutions out there, Robinhood, whatever you want to call it, Schwab, anything that you want to put your trust in. Please go ahead, register, pick a stock, and start contributing to your portfolio. Thank you so much.